Hi, my name is DJ Thome Tomato and this is my bio. Where do I start? Let's start at the beginning. 1989. I was a little gothic industrial guy who was really into Front 242 and Depeche Mode, U2 and things like that, and had a club called Sub Nation. When out of the blue, my friend Todd Zwig, who was also doing the same thing for Play School Productions, asked me if he could use my club as a pay point. I agreed. What's a pay point? He said, well, it's a pay point map point. You're going to sell tickets and give out maps. I said, sure, no problem. It came. It was pretty crazy. About 400, maybe 500 people came through my club to buy tickets and get a map to a location out in Riverside, California. It was amazing. I couldn't believe the style of clothing and everything that these people were wearing. And they looked very happy, unlike my gothic counterparts. So I had a map and lots of cash that I needed to give to the promoters, Beach and Blitz. So I headed off to a place called the Tiki Lounge. I got there at about 2:30 in the morning, and before I even entered, I could feel the bass crushing up against my chest. It was quite awesome. Got in and saw hundreds and hundreds of people just jumping around like crazy, and the DJ just mixing records continuously without a single flaw, I guess you could say. It was quite awesome to see all those people jumping up and down with the speaker systems being as huge as they were. So that was my first rave. My friend Lonnie Ibarra and I decided to get into this quite heavily, and we did. We threw a couple of smaller events, Alice in Wonderland, and then headed up to bigger events with the production of Kong, a rave in San Diego. It got busted. Things happened. Police came, NIS, Naval Investigative Services came, party was shut down. It was an eye-opening experience, and I decided to throw some free events after that and hook up with a couple of other people, showing them how to throw raves and giving them connections to DJs and other sound equipment and lighting. And it was awesome. I threw San Diego's first Moonlight Massive with DJ Dan and Ron Decor. It was great. It really was. Our first location for the Moonlight Massive had gotten shut down very quickly. It was 10:30 at night, I think, when it actually was over at the first location. So me and Chris Latko and the sound guy grabbed all the equipment, threw it in a truck, and jetted out to a location where they were putting up a new housing development. And we had a mile of cars behind us, following us to this new location. We got there and got into a house that wasn't completely finished, hooked up the generator and power, turned it on, and boom, 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 boom. Ron Decor went on first, and then DJ Dan, who was just here in Beijing, where I'm doing my bio, was there as well. It was awesome. People had a great time. It wasn't long after that I was talking to one of my friends, Christian, in Cincinnati, Ohio. He didn't even know of a rave. That set in motion a plan of events to head off to Cincinnati to throw parties and to get the rave scene started. I did that. I flew out there with all my rave knowledge in hand and started making my connections, visiting what few clubs there were, the Warehouse, the Dock, and a few other bar-type clubs. I asked around about parties and if anybody had ever been to a rave, and no one in Cincinnati had ever been to a rave. They had read about them in Rolling Stone magazine. I decided to throw Rave 1, the first rave in Cincinnati, and in the Midwest area. It was an awesome party. I brought down Richie Houghton and Boomer from Detroit, and I spun as well. I had people from the University of Cincinnati helping me out, as well as friends that I had made since I had moved into town and started talking about it. And the next thing you know, I have 1,500 people in a little dance hall on Short Vine in Cincinnati, partying their butts off until about 5 o'clock in the morning. The sun had actually come up, and it was awesome. people had a great time. After that, I decided that it was time to throw a bigger event. With the turnout I got, I proceeded to throw House of Euphoria with Moby. My main DJs were Doc Martin, Kaoki, Richie Houghton, and myself, Boomer, and it was another big, spectacular rave thrown at the Cincinnati Music Hall. The laser looked great. The rave goggles that everybody had on were fantastic, and it really made me feel good about parties in general. I kept throwing parties in Cincinnati for about a year or so. I threw Smile. I also did a couple of other events with other people. It was awesome. I can't remember all the parties because there were so many. I eventually moved to Lexington because I had met a girl from Kentucky, and I moved in with her. Her name was Laura. It was a very happy time of my life. We only stayed in Lexington for 6 months, where I helped J Square throw some events. Got him totally involved, along with a few other people. As time progressed and I moved up to Louisville, Kentucky, I got involved in other events, as well as spinning all over the Midwest: Detroit, Chicago, Atlanta, Cincinnati, Dayton, and Louisville, Indianapolis, St. Louis, and spun with a lot of DJs at different events. Terry Mullen, who was one of my mainstay DJs while I was throwing events in Louisville. Josh Wink, Derek Carter, Kevin Saunderson, Feel Good, Carl Cox. Jeez, man. Frankie Bones, Adam X, Doc Martin. David Hollins was another guy that I did a lot of work with. Blue Boy, Miss You Man, a few other people that I really enjoyed working with. I threw a couple events in Louisville, Kentucky. One sticks out, Generation X, where my friend Terry Mullen was spinning with me, and Josh Wink. This event was probably my favorite event because it was the largest crowd that I had gotten to spin in front of, and I rocked the house that night. Just jumping up and down in front of the sound system to what I was playing, and I was getting loud screams and everything. It was definitely a wonderful moment for me, because that's when I really decided that DJing is really what I want to do. After getting bored and burnt out on Louisville, Kentucky, I decided it was time to move back to California. That's when I hooked up with my friend Peter and Spun Day, and started getting back into the spinning again out in Los Angeles. I spun, I think, 4 times at Spun Day, and each time got better and better. It was an awesome time in LA. I taught Peter how to spin because he really wanted to learn, and he showed me the wonders of actually making music. It was amazing because he saw me making music on a PlayStation with MTV's Music Generator, and decided that I was worthy of getting an Apple. And so he gave me one of his used up Apples, old Dinosaur G3, in which I proceeded to make beats on, and had quite a bit of fun, and learned quite a bit too. So I moved back to Kentucky, started school because I was trying to start a family with my wife, Laura, and that's over. So here I am, making music again, and I look forward to hearing your feedback on the tracks that I make and about the new mixes that I'll be putting out. I'm in Beijing, China now. I'm getting ready to spin here in China and make more music with my friend Peter, which is, I think, on this side. Yeah, we're gonna have a really good time. I've been DJing since '89, and now I'm going to be making music too. What more is there? I mean, besides all the people I've spun with and all the parties I've done, that's me. All my friends out there, hey, miss ya. I'll see you when you come to one of my parties. Peace out.